gluten-free is going on a cruise. So here are a few little tips and tricks to pick out the cruise that's right for you and your family. Number one, I have use a travel agent. And I know that sounds ridiculous in some ways. I feel like a lot of people think travel agents kind of died out when the internet replaced them, which is kind of sad. But gluten-free folks, it may be best for you to talk directly to a travel agent and invest the money in it. Now, travel agents can oftentimes get better deals on cruises than the average day people. I mean, average people can. And they have, the most important thing is that they have a lot of personal contacts within the different cruise lines. So whereas you might spend all day trying to find the right person and who is the head of, goodness me, of dining, they have a personal contact to say, hi, I'm working with, Tinsley Malloy, she's gluten intolerant, she has celiac disease, how can we get her directly in touch with someone? So they're also just a great go-to person if you have a list of questions, like, does the ship have international plugs? What's the dress code for dinner? It's just nice to be able to have someone who is very plugged in and can just ease your worries and help you out when all you have to do is pack your suitcase. So it's just something to think about. I highly recommend it. Number two, talk to people. Now I know this sounds like a totally basic principle, but once you've narrowed down your decision for a few cruise lines, call their food and beverage department if you're not using a travel agent. Talk to the chefs. Ask the kitchen how they handle gluten-free diners. Specifically ask, their process and what they do. It's so much better to be safe and know what they do before you get on a ship where they don't know how to handle you, because there is no way off. Like, there's nothing else you can do. So you need to know this ahead of time to have a safe vacation. Also, ask them if gluten-free meals can be packed for shore excursions, or if you would need to bring something of your own. Now, I always love Go Picnic. So I would recommend that you order a few Go Picnic meals, because are all non-perishable and travel well, if the ship would not provide you with a gluten-free meal for excursions. People have had good experience on the following cruises. What I'm going to do in this section, in the show notes, I'm going to list the actual link to the cruise line and a link to a blog post from someone put up about their experience on that cruise line. So the first one are Disney Cruise Line, second one is Crown Princess, and the third one is Carnival Cruise. When this airs, I'll actually be on a cruise, which is kind of funny. That's what got me thinking. I'll be on the Regent Seven Seas, so I'll let you know my experience with them when I return. Hopefully it will be easy peasy, no bumps along the way, but I'll definitely share how it goes. Also, I've talked a long time ago about Bob and Ruth's travel agency, but I actually recently met them, which is kind of funny, in Suffolk County at the vendor fair. But it's a travel agency that specifically does gluten-free trips all around the world, from just mini one-day or weekend trips to Boston, and then they do a couple week, maybe 2 week long cruises in Africa. So I'm pretty sure they do one. They always do one, but sometimes 1 or 2 cruises per year. The most recent one was to New England and Canada. So I'm not sure what the next one coming up will be, but you can check their website. I'll also link that in the show notes. Once you're on board, ask if your stateroom can be flagged as gluten-free, so in the computer system. So anywhere you go, you're immediately, it's in the system that you are a gluten-free diner. And obviously you'll say it again when you are eating, but it's always good for people to know ahead of time so they can prepare for you. Become pals with the chef. Now, this is one of my favorite things to do. Actually, it's one of my dad's favorite things to do, and I just kind of enjoy the adventure along the way. But when dining at a restaurant, ask to have the chef or sous chef come out. Now, I know this sounds kind of crazy to some people, but 9 times out of 10, the chef loves to come out and actually talk about his food. And I have had amazing creations made that are off the menu, and they'll say, well, we have this, and I'll get some fresh oil heated up for you so we can fry some things. And I mean, it's incredible what you can get when you just ask. I actually stayed at a resort in Florida, and one of the chefs took such an interest in me that he followed us around to all of the restaurants. He made all of our reservations for us, came and oversaw the other chefs in the kitchens where we were eating that wasn't his, and special ordered gluten-free waffle mix and a new waffle iron so that I could have waffles for breakfast like everybody else. So you never know what you can get unless you ask. So when you get on board, ask to speak to the chef and see what ensues. You will probably be surprised. And cruises are apparently a great way to gain 5 pounds. So with a little homework on your part, you can definitely gain 5 pounds of gluten-free goodness on your next cruise. So have you been on a cruise that you've had a great experience on, or have you had a bad experience with a certain cruise line? Leave a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on doing gluten-free cruises. So hope this has been helpful. Hope this encourages you to go out and take a cruise with your family and friends. And as always, it's from Have Not to Having Gluten-Free Dining. Thanks for watching.